Welcome to the boot of my Mazda Bongo. Or, if you're American, the trunk. Normally, you keep your luggage in the boot, but today, this fat lump's in here. Oh, hello. Welcome back to the channel. This is day one of the renovation of Betsy, the Mazda Bongo. This week, we're going to completely transform this Mazda Bongo. We've had this a while now, and we're going to do the wheel arches. We're going to paint the whole lower half. We're going to paint the wheels. We're going to fit a roof rack. We're going to fit a nudge bar on the front. We're going to fit some LED spotlights. We've got graphics to go on it. Got a service kit to go on it. It's going to take me at least 7 days. And we are heading off to Cornwall on Friday. So let's get cracking. As you can see on these wheel arches, they are quite rusty, but they are absolutely solid. There's no looseness. So we're going to grind these back down to clean metal, rust treat them. Got some special rust treatment paint to spray on there. And then we're going to fill it, prep it, and then prime it, ready for painting the whole bottom half. Now, I've replaced arches before on Mazda Bongos, because you can actually buy panels quite cheap, and basically you just cut out as high up as you need to depending on how bad the rust is, and then you weld it in. Normally you have to put an extra piece in about here, and you can use a piece of the arch to do that. Just weld a piece in, probably about a couple of inches thick, and then so you get the correct shape of the wheel arch. I've done them before where I haven't put that bit in, and actually it looked a bit more squarer. But on this occasion, I don't think we're going to need to replace these wheel arches. To be fair, I think they've probably been done in the past because this is quite an old van now. So we're going to give it a go. We're going to grind it down and see how we get on. If I have to weld some metal in, then we'll do that as well. Let's get Betsy up in the air. The lift pose. I'll do. Got more room now. Now the suspension's dropped down, we've got more height, so I don't have to take the wheel off for now. That's a bonus. New discs. Safety first. As you can see here, it's already had filler. The outer skin of the wheel arch has gone through to the inner wheel arch, which is fine for now. A bit of rust treatment on there, it should come up okay. As you can see here, as I explained a minute ago, it's solid on the inside of the wheel arch, the main structure, but the outer skin has holed. But this has been repaired before, rather badly. So we're now down to some sort of clean metal. We're going to clean up the rusty inner bit here and there. Probably get a wire wheel in there, I reckon. Clean that up, try and get as best we can. And then we're going to spray some rust treatment in there leave that for a little while. This side is then done for now until we get ready to fill. But we have to wait for the rust treatment to go off. It will turn all this rust like a black, which acts as a primer as well to fill over the top of. It's not too bad, to be fair. I've seen worse. Done worse on transits, believe it or not. Normally I would probably cut this wheel arch out and put a new wheel arch in, but we're very limited on time at the moment, so we're just going to make this good. Can always do this again later date. I know a lot of you will say, you should do it properly the first time, but we're just trying to get this ready for a holiday, so, and just make it a little bit prettier, because at the minute it looks shit. Still solid. Right. Now, give us a quick brush down, and then we'll get some rust treatment on it. Leave this side, and we'll go to the other side. We've also got a patch here on the corner of this door to do. So we'll do that. I might actually do that now while we're around this side. Then I can rust treat this whole side, and then we'll go to the other side of the van and start doing that side. Yeah, let's get to it. Going right through, there's a hole come through the back. Still solid though, so we're just going to fill it after we've treated it, and that'll do for now. She's a very solid van, to be fair, for a Mazda bongo. I've seen them where the sills have all gone. I've had to repair them, inner and outer sills, wheel arches, front cross member, parts of the chassis, floor. But this one's fairly solid, just the odd rust blemish, and like I said, it's been done before. I wouldn't say it's been done properly, but again, we're just basically just going to give it a freshen up at the minute and a quick bodge just to get it tidy and get it on the road ready for a holiday. So yeah, ready for rust treatment. Never tried this. I always use like the brush on stuff, but this has got really good reviews on Amazon, so let's give it a try. It actually smells like the stuff I used to spray it on as well. Very strange. Probably just the same in spray format, isn't it? Right, we'll leave that to dry. Convert the rust. It should go like a black, if I remember correctly. As you can see, it's already starting to go black. It just converts the rust into reasonably clean metal and help prevent the rust from coming through for a while. Okay, we'll move around to the other side now. If you look at this side, this isn't too bad. This is just literally rust bubbles. Here's a bit suspect. That might actually go through there, but again, it is solid, absolutely solid this side. And here we've got the electric point, hookup point, which at the minute is disconnected. I'm just going to mask this area off, grind around here, treat it with some rust treatment, and then put a bit of filler in there if it needs it, sand it, and then prime it, paint it, just giving it a basic tidy up. What we're really doing is concentrating on the bottom half of the van, because we have a colour, and we won't be revealing that just yet, but you might have a clue if you've already seen our short. Yep, this side's not bad actually. There's a couple of bits, but not as bad as the other side. Yeah, it's fairly solid. As you can see, masked all around this because we really don't want to touch the white. The white's not too bad, to be fair. It just needs a good polish. So we're just going to get rid of this rust bubbling around here, hopefully. That's better already. Just a bit of surface rust, that's all. Much better. So we'll get some rust treatment on that now. Just like that. She's sanded back, rust protected. What I'll do now is wait for that to set, and we can get some filler in it.
Hey camera, what you doing?
I need to tell the camera what I'm doing. I'm taking this sticker off. Can you see this sticker? I don't know who put that on there, but I don't sleep in there overnight. That's better. Satisfaction. The only stickers I want on this van are the ones that I put on there. These are crap. Just left the residue. You see that? But we can get rid of that. Let's give this sticker a try. It's actually coming off well. It's trying to come off. I think we'll set the toffee wheel up on these because I think they'll come off better with that. In the meantime though, yeah, we're painting these badges black, so this one and this one, so they need to come off. Just like that, all badges are off. Shall I have my little toolbox for my toffee wheels? Ah, that's nice, isn't it? One sticker removed. That's the glue residue off the V6 badge removed. Obviously the badge is going to be going back there, so we just had to get that residue off. Do this bit as well. Lovely jubbly. Right, now to tackle this one. Lovely jubbly. We've got all that off. Obviously this is all this grey is going to have to be flattened back around the bumper here. The chrome trim is all going to be painted as well, because there was a time when I used to like chrome, but not so much anymore, depending on the car really. Nice classic car, that's nice to see chrome on, especially with Jaguar S-Type, and I love my Jaguar S-Types. But so the next thing we're going to do, I think we can get some filler in these arches now. Okay, we're now going to get the filler ready and start filling the cracks. No, I'm not making a cake. Wouldn't recommend eating it, that's for sure. Although it will fill a hole. Filler, filler crack. I'm sure my auntie can, well, I know she can. Ice cake's better than this. That's the filling done. Now what we got to do is wait for it to set, and then we can start sanding. This is my mate, Sandy. Good old faithful. Let's get this van sanded. Filler! Take two. side is all built. Quite smooth actually for, at the minute, only a 40 grit. But we've got to keep sanding this to get it nice and smooth, ready for paint. But that's a massive improvement so far. I'm well pleased with that, including the door. That big rust bubble that was on the corner of that door, it's all repaired. We go around the back. This side is all repaired as well, and that's really nice and smooth and blended in. Again, we just got to flatten that back a little bit more, because at the minute it's quite rough. I say rough, it's rough for paint. At the minute it's quite smooth as it is, just with 40 grit. That's nice and built back up. This is going to take a little bit more work, but might have to do this freehand without the tape, just very carefully, just to blend it in, because it's very difficult getting the sander around there. Anyway, that is the end of day one. See you guys tomorrow for day two. Hi guys, so yesterday we rebuilt the wheel arches. We rust treated them, filled them a basic sandbag, and we've done the door on there, both wheel arches. And today we're just going to finish the wheel arches off, give them a nice sand, get them nice as smooth as possible, give them a coat of primer. Then we're going to mask the whole van up, because the bottom half of the van is going to be painted a different colour. So we're going to mask the whole van up, mask all around the lights, everywhere that we don't want paint. Clean it all up, dust free, then we're going to give it a lick of paint. Right, got my sanding block ready. Let's get this sanded nice and smooth. Hold on. Take two. PPE. We better do this, don't we, before we get some silly comments. So far that's pretty good. It's quite smooth already. And that's a 120 grit, but we're going to have to go up now to get it as even smoother. Right, let's do the door now. Right, so we're going to go from 120 grit straight up to 320 grit, and we'll see how that comes out. Well, I can honestly say that's as smooth as my wife's. Let's get this door corner as smooth as we possibly can, and then we'll move over to the next side and get that side nice and smooth. Well, I'm quite impressed with that. That didn't really take much work at all, but lovely and smooth. So let's move on to the other side and get that done. Quite satisfied with that. That is lovely and smooth and blended in. Now we've got to address this. Now I think I'm going to take this masking tape off. Try and get it as close to it as I can without damaging the panel. Right, now we'll get 120 grit on it. Move around here now, so ready to get a bit of primer on there. Again, I'm going to have to mask it off because I don't want to go too far into the panel. I do want to blend it in a bit, but I can't finish this bit until the paint arrives. We're still waiting for it. So, Mr. Postman, please hurry up and deliver the paint. But we do have the paint for the lower half. And later on today, you're going to find out what colour that is. Even though you've probably already seen my short. So there's a clue there. Time for primer. Let's get this prepped. Priming the whole car. We're literally painting up to this line here. So I'll tell you about the paint in a little while, but at the minute we don't actually need to prime the lower half. We're just going to be flattening it back because the paint I'm going to be using, well, we don't need primer, but we do need to prime the areas that we've filled and sanded. I'm going to leave this area for the moment because I'm going to get some white primer for this, and then when the correct paint arrives for the paint code, we'll mask that all up and we'll try and blend it all in. Now all we've got to do is mask the whole van up. Wherever we don't want paint to go, we've got to cover it. So let's get to it. Look at this. We've got our own little fish tank. You see what I mean? God, you find a fish tank and all of a sudden people start putting fish in it. Unbelievable. Right, was going to mask all this off because we've got to paint this bit, but I also need to paint this because I want to get rid of the chrome. So we're going to attempt to take all these lights out, reflectors out, this bit out. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, I've finally got this panel undone. So I'll just go. Look at that. So, even though they're undone, we've got to now try and get these reflectors and these out of this. But we can do that later on. We'll strip it all out. Then all this can be flattened back, ready for paint. These are going to be tinted black. It's going to look cool when it's done. Ew, look at the state of this. That is minging. Let's give it a clean up. That's a bit better than it was. Now we've just got to get this number plate off. Let's see how much fun that will be. One rusty screw. Two rusty screws. Ta-da! Right, now we're going to remove the rear lights. Go. One light. I'm not cleaning that. Disgusting. Right, next one. Hope you didn't see that bit. Looks like I'm going to have to do a repair. Sometimes I don't know my own strength. And we have a hole in the top of the light. It's a good job I've got a plastic welder. So we're going to remove this grille because I'm going to get rid of the chrome on that. We're going to remove the number plate. We're just going to mask the headlights off for now and these fog lamps because I'm going to clean these headlights up, give them a good old polish and a buff before we go away. So see, there's not much to mask off really. One grille, remove. Well, that's everything masked up now. All we've got to do now is flatten all the grey back, get a nice matte finish on it, ready to put the top paint on. So, let's get to it. Well, that's all the sanding done. All we've got to do now is degrease all the body, which I will do off camera. And I think that is it for day 2. Day 3, we're going to paint the body, and then we're going to remove the wheels. We're going to prep the wheels, and we're going to paint them. I'm going home for a well-deserved rest. Good morning and welcome to day 3 of the Mazda bongo renovation. Today we're going to paint the lower half in the special paint that I've got, and you'll see that very shortly. And then we're going to remove the wheels and we're going to give them a renovation. Let's get this bongo up in the air so we can get the wheels off. That loop. Now these wheels came off a Kia Sportage and they are 18-inch with 235 60/18 tyres on, and they're all-terrain tyres, so makes a bit of a difference. In fact, there's no change in the speedo, so that's really good, and it's a much more comfortable ride. And I got these wheels and tyres really cheap with 4 literally brand new tyres on, so it's a bit of a bargain. All we need to do now is get these wheels off and get them renovated and get rid of that Kia badge, because this ain't no Kia. That's the wheels off. Now let's get painting. But first, we'll show you the paint. Stir the paint, stir the paint, stir the paint. Let's get this tartan paint on the vehicle. Well, that's coat 1 done. The second coat I'm going to do off the camera, and I have to say, so far it looks absolutely stunning. And I can't wait to show you guys. Not today though, tomorrow. Okay, now the painting is done. I did 1 coat on camera, 1 coat off camera. It's looking absolutely brilliant. So now we better remove all this masking tape. We don't leave it on there too long. The masking removed, looking good. Just need a bit of a clean up in places. Ooh. Better unmask the camera, haven't we? As we'll be driving along, wondering why you can't bloody see anything. Done. Finished. Looking good. Now we're going to get these wheels renovated. They don't need a lot of work. They are black inserts. They are going to be painted black. I can reveal that because, well, my vans always have black wheels, so what else do you do? Yeah. So let's get cracking. Okay, now all 4 wheels are prepped as best as I possibly can. They're not going to be perfect, but they are pretty good, pretty smooth. To be fair, they weren't too badly corroded, just around the edges and a bit in the middle. The front wheels were worse than the back wheels. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, nice little trick that I use. I normally use playing cards, but I've got some old business cards. I'm going to slot in around the rim of the wheel, so then we don't have to take the tyres off. So I've slotted these all in the way around. We're going to give it a couple of coats of primer, then a couple of coats of gloss, and we'll see how they look. Well, that is the end of day 3. The wheels are painted, the van is painted, and tomorrow we'll come in and we'll start putting everything back together, and then we'll see where we are at. We've got loads of other bits to do. We've got graphics to do and other stuff to do to it. See you on day 4. What the f... I painted that in tartan paint yesterday, and it looks like Willy Wonka has broken in with his Oompa Loompas and painted it Cadbury's purple. I can't believe it. What a waste of my time. Welcome to day 4. I've got my coffee. We're going to crack on with Betsy the bongo today and get a lot more done. Only one more day to go before we go to Cornwall, so let's get cracking. Let's get this grille reassembled now it's all freshly painted. I've cleaned up the inner part of the grille. We've just got to put the outer part back on and then refit the badge with a bit of Sikaflex. Back on here. Let's get the rear badges reinstalled. Okay, let's get the good old V6 badge back on. Who needs a third brake light? Just kidding. Well, that's the vents fitted, and I think they look rather cool in carbon. They're just for show, by the way. They're not actually going to cool the engine because the engine's actually under the seats. It's just for show. Quick fix on the light after my little accident. Welcome to the afternoon part of day 4, where we have finished the wheels, put the grille back together, painted the whole rear light, and we've tinted the reflector. We've tinted the rear lights that go on the reflector piece. We've also tinted the rear lights, and we've also fitted these little snow plows. We've also fitted this to make it go faster. Badge is back on. Wiper arms have been repainted. We've fitted a front splitter. We've added a nice little touch to the bonnet. Painted the front wipers arms because they were a little bit tatty. And that's pretty much it for now. We're gonna crack on and get all the parts that we've removed off here fitted back on the van. And we'll show you when we're done. Okay, we are, bodging this bull bar, which is off a Pajero, onto the front of this beautiful bongo. It's not staying chrome, it's going black. Keeping the lights, keeping the yellow lenses, but the outside will be black. We're just working out the fitting side of things, and then we'll prep it, paint it, and then fit it permanently. Let's get this finished. Now fitting the lights. Well, that's the end of day 4. I've done a fair amount of work today. Got most of it back together. Tomorrow it's just finishing touches, roof rack, bull bar, and a good clean up. And then Friday, we're off to Cornwall. Oh, hello. Welcome to day 5, the last day on the renovations of the bongo. And let me tell you, she's looking absolutely awesome. This is how far we've come. We've put the whole thing back together, all bar the grill. We've prepped ready to fit a bull bar. We've prepped ready to fit the roof rack. We've done all the painting. Everything is all back together. The wheels are back on. The back end is all finished, apart from a couple of bulbs we've got to replace. And today, on the final day, before we go to Cornwall tomorrow, we've got to finish painting the bull bar, finish painting the roof rack, or start painting the roof rack, and then fit them both, fit the graphics on the side, give it a good clean, and we'll be off on our travels. As you can see, we're using my favourite spray booth, where I can just hang things off. 2-post lift do come in handy, as I mentioned before. So, this has all been flattened back, prepped, cleaned, and it's now in black primer, ready for black gloss paint. And that will be finished. That will be going on the front. We've got the brackets and everything ready to do that. This is our Rhino roof rack, which is now ready to be painted, and that's all been adjusted up, ready to fit to the roof. Once it's all dry, we'll fit it to the roof. Those 2 jobs are done. Then all we've got left is to fit the graphics, have a clean up, as I said before, and jobs are good 'un. Okay, that's one side in primer. Now we're going to flip it over and do the other side. Right, that's that flip and flipped. Let's get the other side primed. And now we're going to give the bull bar its top gloss coat. Let's get to it. Black glossed up, looking lush. Can't wait to fit it. Okay folks, right, roof rack's done, all painted. Now we're going to get it fitted to the roof of the bongo. Let's go. Well, that's the roof rack finished, and I'm very pleased with it. Now we're going to fit the bull bar. Wish me luck. It lines up. Those two plates sit just above that chassis rail there, and the bottom two plates sit just underneath the chassis rail at the bottom. That is what I call a result. But we need to see how that's going to look. Yep. That'll do, won't it? The end of day 5, and I can honestly say it's a wrap. It's been tough going, it's been a long week, but the transformation is complete. Take a look. So, Betsy is finally finished, and what a week it has been. A lot of hard graft has gone into this, and I have to say, I'm really pleased with the outcome. This is not the first bongo we've had. We've had 3 others. 2 I completely rebuilt, and I'll just add those pictures now so you can see them. The first one we did was a bit of a learning curve. We replaced the gearbox, all the drive shafts, the brakes, the wheels, the wheel bearings, the shocks. Every single part on that car we completely rebuilt. I welded in new arches, new sills, and we went to complete town on it, and it was an absolute beaut. I even fitted Mazda RX-8 front electric leather seats and Mazda RX-8 18-inch wheels. You name it, we did it. The second one we did belonged to a friend of ours, and we purchased it off her and completely renovated it. That was white with loads of green bits, and we did pretty much similar to this, but not to the same level. I want to talk to you really about the name of the van. So we've called this one Betsy. We name all our vans and all our cars, I always have done. I think they have a personality, so they should be named. So this one's called Betsy, and this is after my great Nana Wright, who I did see when I was younger, but sadly she passed away quite early. Our camper van, the Iveco, which you've seen in previous videos, that's called Alfred, and that's after my great granddad, which was Betsy's husband. So we tend to use family names or names that mean something to us. And yeah, so we want to do more cool vans like this because we don't want to be like every other person out there. We want our vehicles to stand out from a crowd. They are individual. They are, as the name says, epic. And that's the way we want to continue. So if you enjoy this video, please like, subscribe and share, because it makes a great deal of difference to our channel and it helps us to get more vehicles and give you more videos. And we also welcome some comments, because we've not had many comments. We've had a few on previous videos, but you know, if you want to talk about something, we're here. We want to communicate with you and have a community. So anyway guys, we're off on holiday tomorrow, off down to Cornwall. If you see this van down in Cornwall, we'll be staying down near Helston, Mullion. If you see us, give us a wave or come and have a chat. See you next time guys. Bye. Whee! You spin me right round, baby, right round like an alloy wheel, baby.